What's going on, everybody? KSA Chris here, the Real Estate Blitz. And this video, we're going to be talking about your goals and business plan. And what's kind of unique, this one is going to be your homework for Monday. Yay! Okay, so I talk to a lot of people, or people come into my office, and we start going through what they're doing, their business, what's their past business, what's their volume, how do they get their business. And as I start asking more and more questions, they look more and more confused. And I'm confused that they're confused, because here's the thing. How do you know how you're going to get future business, or how you're going to build a business, when you don't even know where your business is coming from, where you're spending your energy, where you're spending your money, how much money you're spending, or anything else? Like, if you are not tracking anything, how are you going to be able to sit down and analyze where you are and what you've accomplished in order to get to where you're going, right? So example, I know if I lift this pen 10 times, I'm going to put on 5 pounds muscle. I'm just using, this is like goofy, but it's math. I'm going to get 5 pounds muscle if I lift this up 10 times. Well, if I want 20 pounds muscle, what should I have to do? Well, I got to lift it 20 times, right? And it's confusing that a lot of people don't realize that when you talk about analytics, etc., they don't know where to go or what to do. So step one, we talk about a business plan. Okay, everybody should have a business plan, and we will talk more about business plans. But in order to build a business plan, in my opinion, I reverse engineer business plans based off of my goals. So for you, we're going to focus on goals today, so we can talk about business plans in the future. I'm going to write down something real quick. Okay, and I'm going to give you templates, and we're going to sit down, and that's going to be your homework probably the following week. What is your business plan? We're going to talk about that. But business plans are based off of goals. So the very first thing I want you to do, write this down. Please pay attention, write it down. What are your big picture goals for the year? What are your big picture goals for the year? So from the moment that you start a year from now, so right now I think it's January, February, March, April, May, it's June, almost July, it'll be July next week. So from July to July, what are your big picture goals for 1 year? And here's the thing, your goals can be anything you want. Everybody's going to have different variations of goals. However, what I would say when it comes to your goals, okay, you should be creating or setting goals that are just beyond your reach mentally and emotionally. So example, well, I want to make $20,000. I've actually had people walk in, man, Chris, if I made $40,000 in a year, it'd be great. Okay, let's double that. Let's go to 80,000. And especially if you're on a 6-figure program, you should be at a minimum at 100,000. Ideally, you should be able to easily make $300,000 in a year. It's not difficult. Okay, so I'm telling you, what are your goals? Go big. As you sit down and write those big picture goals, you have to realize that nothing is right and nothing is wrong. I may assist you with adjusting your big picture goals when we sit down and talk on Monday. But what are you motivated by? And don't lie to yourself. Now we get into what is your why. Now we're going to do a separate video on that, on what is your why. But depending on what motivates you, so some people, I have a buddy of mine, he's motivated by cars. Every year he spends about $1 million just on buying cars. So he sets big picture goals of the new Bentley he wants to buy, or he just bought this new Rhino thing. I guess it's a really expensive SUV. He bought a Rolls Royce Wraith, so that might be a thing that motivates you. Some people, it could be, I want to buy a house for my family. Some people say, I want to pay off all of my debt and my bills. Some people, they just simply want to be above water instead of always sucking water every month and barely making it. So whatever that goal is, you need to write it out. So what is your financial goal? What is your health goal? And I'm just going to start rattling off stuff. You figure this out. What is your financial goal? What is your health goal? What is your spiritual goal? Okay. What is your relationship goal? Because I think relationships, it's not about the person that you're dating or married to. It's also people that are around you, whether they're other people that are agents, whether it's other people that you connect with out in your life, right? What are your hobby goals? And that's something that's important to me. I want to ensure that I make enough money so I can actually do things that, give me peace, give me a break. So do you want to go on vacation? Do you want this? Do you want that? So write out your big picture goals for the year. Sit down and try to figure out, well, what is it going to take to accomplish these big picture goals? So I'm going to use money, just kind of break this down a little bit easier to simplify it. And as you're going to learn, as we get deeper, it gets more and more complicated. But that's why we're going to sit down and talk about this on Monday. We'll go a lot deeper. So we'll use money. I want to make $100,000. Okay, well, I have 12 months in order to make $100,000. Now what we're going to do is we're going to break it out by quarter, and then we're going to break it out by month. first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, and also by month. So I go from big, smaller, smallest is the way I kind of build out all of my goals. So I'm going to go for every quarter, I should be making X number of dollars. So of course there's 4. So if you divide 100 by 4, there's going to be $25,000 I need to make per quarter. However, what I would tell you is each quarter is going to have a different taste and flavor. The first quarter, especially if you don't have any money to start marketing and to really get deep, the first quarter is going to be your slowest quarter because that's your building quarter. You're actually trying to build a business and generate income so you can purchase tools. And we're going to talk about tools in the 6-figure program. So you can purchase inbound leads, you can do outbound leads, you can hire people, whatever it's going to be. So your very first quarter is really building, building, building. So you may or may not make that first big chunk of money. But of course, if you want to write it on as a goal, that's great. So every quarter, you're going to break down your yearly goal into quarters. And then in that quarter, you're going to break down the months. And I physically write out January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. I write them all out. And I break down the months and say, for each month, what do I need to accomplish within each quarter in order to accomplish my goals? Now, this is important because what we're going to start talking about in the future is time blocking. Every week, you're going to sit down, you're going to time block. What are you doing for the week? And every day, you're going to sit down and time block. What am I doing today? And you're basically breaking down each month into 4 weeks. Each week, you have to accomplish specific tasks in order to attain your goals for the month. If you obtain your goals every week, you're going to attain your goal for the month. If you obtain your goals for every month, you're going to attain the goals for the quarter. If you attain your goals for the quarter, you're going to obtain your big picture goals for the year. Do you understand? Okay, good. Now, part 2. So that's what I need you to write out. I need you to actually write out your big picture goals for the year. I need you to break it down by quarter and then write out the month from July all the way to July of next year. Write out what you need to accomplish each month in order to accomplish that big picture goal. The next part of that, okay, I want you to educate yourself. We're going to talk a lot about this. Okay, I can only do so much and tell you so much on goals. I want you to go out and seek information. Seek information. There's a ton of YouTube channels. There's a ton of stuff on podcasts. There's a ton of books. There's information everywhere. You're surrounded by information. There's so much information now that it's insane whenever I hear people say, well, I don't know. I don't know is not a valid excuse. It's not. It's a cop-out. So I just told you that you need to learn about goals and you need to start implementing and creating goals because that's going to be your homework for Monday. You should be excited. You should become obsessed and you should go out and try to find and learn everything that you can about goals. Goal setting. What are goals? How can I write it out? What's the best way? How should I be dreaming about goals? And find that information. Find that information, implement it into your homework because we're going to talk about that on Monday as well. And the last thing that I want to hear is you show up and say, well, yeah, I wrote out what you told me to, but yeah, I didn't have time. I didn't have time to learn anything extra about goals. Every time I hear somebody say they don't have time, especially when it comes to their own individual business as an agent, the first question that comes out of my mouth is like, fantastic, awesome. You don't have any time? How many deals do you have in escrow right now? It'll be the first question out of my mouth. How many deals you got in escrow? That's awesome. So you must have 15, right? Well, no, I don't have any. Okay. Okay, cool. So you must have got a lot of listings this month. None in escrow. So you must have a lot of listings. How many listings do you have? You don't have any. But you don't have any time? Okay, well, then what are you doing? You need, if you don't have time, if you're not overwhelmed with business, and if you are, you should be hiring people so you still have freaking time. That's a different topic, different conversation. But if you don't have time, then again, I'm going to tell you the 6-figure agent program is not going to be for you because here's the thing. If you don't have time and you're not doing business, it's because you're lying to yourself. And here's the thing. If you thought I was going to be nice as we go through this, you're going to learn. I'm not being paid extra. And this is not a coaching program where I charge you $1,000 a month. And I bleed you for a year or two with a contract. I'm not going to do that. I'm here trying to tell you truths for you so you can make yourself a 6-figure agent every month. Okay? So if you don't have time, you need to reevaluate, and we're going to talk about this, time blocks and basically building in time, finding time, creating time, understanding what's important, what's not important. You need to reevaluate that to ensure that you make time. Be obsessed about your business. Okay? Be obsessed with the idea of creating something bigger than yourself and be obsessed with chasing your dreams and your goals. Be the American dream. That's what this is all about. Okay? So that's your homework. Have it done by Monday. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you all then. All right. Bye.